Welcome to the Foul Mouth News, where the filters are off and the language is colorful. If you are offended by profanity or vulgarity in general, not to mention political incorrectness, this video is not for you. You have been forewarned. So if you have virgin ears, be prepared because they are about to be violated.
Hello, everyone. So, yeah, we got Papa Joe. All right, right now he's, or I should say, his handlers are trying to basically screw Trump and have it so that California dictates to the rest of the country their Green New Deal bullshit of no gas-powered cars by 2035 because the Clean Air Act and the EPA have allowed California to create its own fucking standards, which should be completely unconstitutional, all right? Because the federal government should be setting the standards for the states, not California dictating to the rest of the fucking states. Because the federal government basically was like, you got a choice. You either follow federal mandate or you follow California mandate. So you get these states like Massachusetts, Connecticut, and shit that followed California. They don't even make up a majority of states, but they dictate to the auto industry, and the auto industry bows down and sucks California's fucking dick. So what you have here is you got an article. We've got an article here from NPR that was published on December 13th, written by Nina Totenberg. The title here, Supreme Court to hear challenge to California's authority to set vehicle emission standards. Now, this is the article that I'm going to be covering here, but I also wanted to show you that, we got an article here from the Washington Post, okay? EPA will grant California the right to ban sales of new gas cars by 2035. And they're trying to rush this through, even though it's by like the idea of like executive, fucking mandate type of shit, with the idea of an executive order. They know that California can tie this shit up in court. Right, that's their plan. They can't fucking do this shit legitimately. So Biden's handlers are rushing this shit through, all right, so that Trump's administration has to sit there and deal with fucking bullshit lawsuit after bullshit lawsuit after bullshit lawsuit because Trump went and yanked their fucking their special fucking waivers to get away with this shit. Okay, with some vehicles. All right, and they sued and dragged it out in court until Biden got back into fucking office. Or I should say the Democrats got back in office until that actually is what I meant to say. And yeah, so they're going to do the same fucking shit with this. Fucking people, these people, they can't, if their shit was actually fucking popular, they wouldn't have to do this type of stuff. But anyway, because of this type of shit and California dictating to the rest of the country, because it used to be you could get a federal spec car or a California spec car. And now you can't. They just make California spec cars, even though they're the minority of fucking states. The ones that follow, the California fucking air standards. Because, like, for example, my Eclipse, I had a third-gen Eclipse. It was a 2001, all right? Back then, Mitsubishi had the Eclipses with both Fed spec and California spec. Because if I had bought my car, say, from someone who would, say, got it in New Hampshire, all right, it would have been a Fed spec at that time. Because I went to Connecticut to buy it from someone, and let me just say, divorce can be a wonderful thing when you're on the buying end. It was a California spec car. So I had extra cats and shit like that. California dictated that. And then it got, and automakers were like that. They were making Fed spec and Cali spec cars. And then they just said, you know what? This is a fucking pain in our ass. We're just going to bend over and fucking take the California dick. So anyway, let's get into this article here from NPR about the states suing, to stop California from dictating to the rest of the fucking country. Let's see how fucking NPR, far lefty NPR, tries to slant this shit here. Can the federal government have a favorite when it comes to states? The Supreme Court said Friday that it would hear a case that tests that assertion in the context of a state that imposes tougher clean air standards than the federal government. No! This should be no question. This should not be a question. All right? We are a fucking union of states. Equal. That's why we have 2 senators per state. You fucking retards. This is how the fucking shitbag Democrats have been able to force their fucking EPA standards. Because this is the thing. Okay, California puts on stricter shit. And what the EPA does is they adapt California. They adopt, I should say, California's shit. So you basically have California writing regulation for the rest of the fucking country. No, this should not be a fucking thing. But hey, the left likes it because California gets to dictate to the rest of us. In this case, the so-called golden child is California. It is a fucking golden child. Shut the fuck up. Under a provision of the Clean Air Act that was enacted in 1967, California was explicitly allowed to set its own motor vehicle emission standards because of the unique pollution problems in the state. Yes, and it was being run by Republicans, and they were very reasonable about the standards. I mean, like, hey, maybe lean out your carburetor, little asshole, because we can smell unburnt gas. I mean, give me a fucking break. We're talking 1967. Anyway, the problems were unique in both character and intensity because the state then, as now, had more motor vehicles than any other state in the country, and California had already enacted new air pollution standards that were actually tougher than the ones in federal law. And they shouldn't have been able to do this, number one. Number two, okay, oh, they have more motor vehicles. Look at the size of California, you fucking cock-gobbling cunt, compared to other states. What if we were to take New England and how many fucking cars we got between all the cities and shit? I'm thinking we would be competitive with California. If you went population-wise, you fucking retards, I bet we would be really fucking competitive with California. Shut the fuck up. Give me a break. That doesn't mean shit. Oh, well, they have way more cars. The fucking size of the state you can fit. How many fucking states from this country in California? Shut the fuck up. Holy shit. Anyway, with auto manufacturers complaining that they couldn't deal with 50 different state standards, the congressional compromise was to allow California's existing and stricter standards to remain in place and to require other states to either abide by federal air quality standards or, if they wished, to adopt air quality standards that would be identical to the existing California standards. And that should never have fucking happened. What should have fucking happened was the Fed should have went to California and said, fuck you, you're trying to dictate to the rest of the fucking country. The only one who can dictate to all the fucking country is the federal fucking government. Now go suck a dick, you fucking faggots, because California tends to have faggots in politics, whether they're closeted or out in the open, child rapists like Harvey Milk, okay? And just told these fucking faggots to shut the fuck up. The federal government should have nipped this shit in the bud. Fucking, what is it? What? Let's see, 67, so we'll say 70. Just to do quick math here. So we're basically looking at 53, 56 years ago, 57 years ago. Give me a fucking break. Should have been nipped in the bud over a half fucking century ago, you dumb fucking retards. Anyway, technically, all this was accomplished through a system in which Environmental Protection Agency sets emission standards for new motor vehicles and granted waivers for more demanding standards. And this, they never had the fucking power to do this. Did Congress vote on this? No. The EPA decided, oh, we'll do this. Where are the regulations and the laws that mandate it and created it? And all of that. Where does it say that it had the power to do this? Nowhere. Anyway, but in 2019, the Trump administration withdrew the waiver for California's tougher standards on cars, and the state challenged that action in court. And that was the right thing with what Trump did. The case, however, was not resolved, and when President Biden took office, the EPA reinstated the waiver. Now, Ohio and 16 other Republican-dominated states have sued, asserting that the waiver violates the basic design of the U.S. Constitution, which they assert should treat states as equals. Yes, that's the whole fucking point. That's why we have 2 senators a state, you fucking retards. Environmental groups allege that the GOP states have no intention of adopting standards that that are anything like California's regulations. Rather, they contend this is an effort to gut the Clean Air Act itself. Yes, because California, you fucking retards, you lefty fucking retards are using California to dictate to the rest of the fucking country. Of course they don't want to adopt your fucking standards. You commie lefty fucking sky is falling, oh my god, climate change, retarded freaks. You blue-haired cock-gobbling cunts. Shut the fuck up. That's exactly what they're doing. And you're like, oh my god, this guy is falling. How dare they do that? How dare they not want some fucking liberal elite cock-gobbling faggots and cunts in California dictating to the rest of the fucking country. Dictating to them. Fucking where? Shut the fuck up. Because this is going, you know this, okay? California's fucking 2035 no gas-powered car bullshit is going to be forced on the rest of the fucking country because the auto industry is just going to bend over, take it up the ass, and fucking follow that mandated bullshit. Now, people like me in New Hampshire, where we don't have, say, infrastructure, there are people in rural areas, people that live in apartment complexes, condo complexes, townhouses, housing in city, like tenement housing, where there's no fucking chargers, which is quite common between Manchester and Portsmouth, and, well, Portsmouth not so much, the tenement, there is some tenement housing, okay, but like Durham, like Dover, like, someone living in a fucking triple-decker that has no place to park, they're doing street parking, you fucking retard, where are they gonna plug in their car to charge it, okay? Where's someone in Roxbury that lives in fucking tenement-style fucking housing gonna do that? Where the fuck is someone in, like, any city in Connecticut? But Connecticut follows this shit. Massachusetts follows this shit. So, of course, these states are like, hey, assholes, we don't have the infrastructure, and we're not gonna have it by 2035. So fuck you. You're not dictating what's going on in my fucking state. You're not gonna say, okay, the automakers have to do this shit so that we get fucked. And you assholes don't like that. Deal with it. Your time is over for using California and the federal government run by fucking lefty fucking deep state fucking, you know, bureaucratic shitbags that are in bed with the Democrats dictating. It's over. Get over yourselves. I mean, Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's get through this last little bit here. The D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals sided with the EPA. Oh, of course they did, finding that the Constitution does not bar Congress from leaving states with different levels of sovereign authority. Now the Supreme Court will decide. What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? When you literally have that all men are created equal, that we're all fucking equal, is the whole fucking basis of our government, and our fucking country. Oh, there's nothing in the Constitution that says that we can't elevate California to dictate to up to a level where it dictates to the rest of the fucking country. Fuck you, you DC fucking Circuit of a Court appeal motherfucking cocksucking cunts. Fucking DC, the court there, everything needs to be fucking just gotten rid of. All right, give back fucking DC both to Maryland, like. The land that they gave up, both Maryland and Virginia, give it back to them. Get rid of the fucking District of Criminals. There's no reason for the fucking for DC to fucking exist. Beyond, say, like, directly where, like, all the government offices are and shit. This is fucking ridiculous. So the District of Criminals Court says, oh yeah, well, there's nothing in the Constitution that says that they can't make it so that California fuck you. Ah, fucking world we live in, I swear to God. And that's why you have the Biden administration, his handlers, trying to ram this shit through. So it'll get tied up, so California can tie it up in court. California's got a homeless problem. They're fucking pissed for they're fucking broke now. They've spent more money than they fucking generate, and they have a GDP that fucking countries would be envious of. Okay? They fucking are going to take money that they don't have, and they're going to fight this. They're probably going to take federal dollars to fight this. Because when they try to put a stop to this, when Trump's administration tries to put a stop to this, that's what they're going to do. It'll be on fucking our dime too, I'm sure. So I really hope this lawsuit gets to the Supreme Court, because the Ninth Circuit going, oh, well, some states are better than others. That's fucking, that's the same shit as like the 3/5 rule. So what you're basically saying is Yes, master. All of us states that are like New Hampshire and shit, we all slaves to the rest of you Democrat motherfuckers, and we better get back on the fucking plantation. Fuck you. Oh, the fucking clown world we live in, I swear to God. Anyway, yeah, I've covered this well enough. I'm leaving things here.
If you've made it this far and haven't already, please like and subscribe. Also, feel free to subscribe over on the other platforms where this channel's content is uploaded to, as well as subscribe and follow over on sites like Minds, Gab, and Parler. Links to each are in the description.